Hello, my name is Rodrigo del Real. I'm so happy to be part of Health and Wealth Week. I come from Mexico. I've been 14 years and plus in United States. The reason why I came is to go to school and then graduated, worked in the construction industry for about 4 years and a half. And something that I realized, it was a huge lack of financial education. So I think you can agree with me that you can go to high school or even college here in the United States and people don't learn about how personal financial works. So one of the topics that I'm going to be talking about today, something that we know that is going to happen, we don't like it, but we know it's going to happen, and those are taxes, right? So there's different ways about paying taxes, and I'm going to be talking about how taxes get involved in your savings and investment accounts. One of the things that I always talk about, that it's not about how much money you make, but it's how much money you end up having at the end of the day. And that's considering taxes. Let me share with you here. So there's three ways about choosing how you're gonna go about paying taxes, depending on the account that you have. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is about tax now accounts. And these kind of accounts are going to be accounts that are typically the most liquid accounts, such as savings accounts, bank CDs, brokers accounts, and mutual funds. And the first two are going to be more fixed, more not a lot of rate of return, right? But every time that you make any kind of income on it and you liquidate, you're going to pay taxes. Brokers accounts and mutual funds are going to be variable, which are more riskier. And as you get income on those, you're going to pay taxes. Tax later are going to be accounts that pay taxes in the future. One of the questions that I typically do is, do you think taxes are going to be actually lower or higher in the future? Think about it. Social Security is underfunded, Medicare is underfunded, and the government has trillions of dollars in debt. Most likely, actually, taxes are going to be higher. So these kind of accounts are actually going to pay taxes in the future. And a very visual example that I always do is like, imagine you have a little bag of seeds and you plant your seeds and you get a huge harvest. Would you rather pay your taxes in the percentage of all the harvest or the little bag of seeds? Most people say the seeds. Here, tax later, you're going to pay taxes on the harvest. And this is where you have your 401k accounts are typically very popular through employers, 403bs for teachers, IRAs, and SEP IRAs. And these four of them, they're typically and very similar accounts, different tax codes. Then you have annuities and pension plans. Pensions that used to be very popular back in the day with some companies, which means income for life. You will work for a company for 20 to 40 years, retire, and they guarantee you that they're going to pay you for the rest of your life. But as they're becoming way more people retiring than actual people working, they start getting rid of pensions. But something that you can do is you can open your own pension, right? So I want to talk about 401ks and IRAs. It's very important to know what are the rules and how they work, right? Two important rules. One is the rule of 59 and a half on a 401k and an IRA. The money that is in a 401k or an IRA, you actually cannot liquidate it without having penalties and taxes before 59 and a half, right? And the other age that is very important is the age of 73, which is called required minimum distributions, that the government realized that if you haven't started pulling out your money by age 73 on these kind of accounts, you're required to start pulling out the money. If not, there's going to be a taxation called excise tax, and which is higher than which is going to be like a penalty. So what happens when you change companies and you had an old 401k? And one of the jokes that I typically do is like, leaving your 401k at your old employer is like leaving your money at your ex's account. And you don't want to do that, right? You leave a lot of control to that 401k. So you want to roll it over, which means transfer it into a new 401k, into an IRA, right? Or you can roll it over into an annuity. And there's different kind of annuities. but some annuities, they actually are able to grow indexly. That means that they will mirror the market, and when the market grows, it's going to grow with it. But when the market crashes, it's going to lock in and not lose money. And some of them, they actually allow you to have a pension life where it's going to pay you for the rest of your life. And lastly, there's going to be tax advantages. Tax advantages are going to be accounts that you're going to be paying taxes on the seed, and everything grows tax-free. These are your municipal bonds, typically fixed, your Roth IRAs, very similar to an IRA. You cannot access the gains until 59 and a half, or there's penalties involved. But after 59 and a half, you can access the money tax-free. There's executive bonus plans, big for business owners to help them save on taxation, and cash accumulation and insurance policies, right? And these last two are very similar, right? These are going to be accounts that are involved on having a permanent cash value life insurance, where you're going to have your money growing inside of a permanent cash value life insurance for the purpose of having, first of all, protection of a life insurance. Two, because the money's inside of a life insurance is going to be protected against the IRS, litigations, malpractice, lawsuits. So, secondly, you can have access to the money before 59 and a half that has grown. So there's no penalties. You can access the money tax-free. And one of the important things is that you need to qualify for those kind of accounts, right? So these are the three ways about paying taxes. And I wish that next time that you're going to choose one of these accounts that you're going to be using, that you can realize how you're going to be paying taxes on these kind of accounts. Thank you for connecting, and I look forward to meeting you soon.